Hey guys, today we're taking a look at the Transformers Takara collection number 8. This is the reissue of Inferno from 2003. Inferno is one of the classic G1 characters, and it amazes me that he's not had a masterpiece or a third-party masterpiece, any kind of release like that. There's Generations versions and all that crap, but we haven't had a really solid deluxe version of Inferno yet. So let's take a look at the original. This is of course the Japanese release, so we're going to get fire and missiles. But other than that, it's pretty much the same as what we had back in the 80s. As with all the Takara Transformers collection releases, it comes in a nice white box with some great art on the front. On the back we get to see what's included, so we've got some Transformer World cards, some character bio type sheets, we've got a poster, and we can see some of the other releases in the range. So we've got Smokescreen, Megatron, Sideswipe, Optimus Prime and Starscream. And we also get to see all the weapons that comes with Inferno and his little stats card. The front of the box opens out with the standard Velcro, and in there we can see this is the Transformer World card number 8. With a nice picture of Inferno. We've got a little Japanese bio for Inferno. And we can see some figures from the catalogue. We've got Ultra Magnus, Bumblebee, Swerve, Outback, Pipes, Tailgate, Powerglide, Beachcomber and Sea Spray. If we turn that over, we've got a nice little poster of Inferno with Red Alert. Turning that over, we have Metroplex and all the Blasters cassettes there. And we get a little bio card for Bumblebee, who is just called Bumble in Japan. Actually suits him quite well. You can see the toy there and all his releases. We've got Red Alert, who again is just called Alert in Japan. And there you go, there's his toy, all his different releases. And we also get one obviously for Inferno. And on the back of that again, we get the toy releases. And on this side, there's Inferno. And we get the usual specs card, sticker sheet, instructions, and also a nice big Autobot logo. I think that's to stick on your car or maybe your window. And here we have Inferno in his classic fire engine mode. And I do like this guy. There's a couple of differences between this and the original G1. First off being, this little Autobot logo is actually printed on. And then we've got the little fire service systems, they're all printed on as well. The rest of it is stickers, just like the old toy. Another reason to pick up the Japanese version, this guy's got a lot of white plastic. And white plastic, as you know, tends to look horrible if it gets really old and yellowed. Some downsides with this though, you'll notice on this side it's blank, but on this side we have this little, is it a fire hose? That comes off, and it comes off pretty easily. And it can be quite annoying that that falls off. And on top of that piece falling off, we have this bit as well that's also removable. And that can get pretty annoying too, as it doesn't really like to stay on very well. Other than that though, it's a pretty solid little fire engine mode, and it rolls brilliantly because of the rubber tyres. And it also has this ladder that you can lift it up, and you can extend it. And you can extend it one more time, which makes it pretty huge, which as you can see is pretty nicely scaled for this kind of car. Unfortunately it doesn't have a turntable to rotate it, it just purely goes up and down and extends in and out. But it holds pretty well and is pretty nice. Another nice little detail on the cab, we've got these little clear bits, so they're meant to be lights. And you can also tip the front down, we've got a little seat there, so if you wanted to put your little driver in, that's where he goes. Inferno does have quite a lot of stickers as well, so if you are going to pick up an original, definitely going to be a repro label job. And another thing to watch out for is the chrome, especially on these corners, it does tend to wear off quite a bit. So that's enough of his fire engine, let's see him in robot mode. And the first thing we need to do is pop the arms off these little pegs. And then to lift this we need to push the legs apart slightly, and that allows that to come free. When you pick him up, his body starts to fall forward. And then you can push these feet round and stand him up. But at this point the arms are nearly there, so we just straighten them out and bring them around. Then the next step is to take this, fold it down and back up, spin this bit around to reveal his head, and flip down his ladder to the back. And you'll notice the head does actually click in under there to lock that in place. Next we need to add his wings. Now these are unique to Inferno. Grapple doesn't come with these, although he does actually have the holes to put them in. And we get these two little white plastic pieces, and they're just going to slot in under his arms. They're not too sturdy, they do tend to fall out a little bit. But once you've got them both in, they do add quite a dynamic look to Inferno, and it just makes him look that little bit different to Grapple. And you'll notice this guy has separate fists. Now you can put the fists in, or you can use these, which are his 3 missiles. I haven't bothered to clip these off because I prefer the fists in. These are identical to what comes with Grapple. And he also comes with 2 fists, one for left, one for right, and these again are identical to the ones that come with Grapple. The big difference being that this is Japanese, so we have the launching mechanisms to fire off fist or missile. And with fists in place you can also add his gun, which again is identical to Grapple. And that just plugs in his fist. You can also launch his gun as well if you want to. One other difference, this guy does feature to the original G1. He's also had his eyes recoloured in blue instead of being yellow. And this is carried over to the Hasbro commemorative reissue of Inferno. That figure is pretty much identical to this, except for the firing hands. As to which version you get, I would always advise the Japanese reissue. But if you're not bothered about the firing function, there is no other difference between this and the commemorative reissue. I never had Inferno as a kid, but I did have Grapple. He was one of my very few Transformers that I had back in the day. When I picked this one up, which has got to be about 10 years ago now, I absolutely loved it. Something about the red colour, the fire engine, the extra bits that Grapple never came with, just makes him even better in my eyes. And I'm really hoping someday soon, Masterpiece Inferno. This has been Luke. Thanks for watching.